Hello, welcome to Golden Career. Today we will see how to solve data interpretation problem. This batch is especially for India Post Payment Bank batch, and if you want to join the batch, you can mail me at info@goldencareer.co.in. We are also starting a new batch for SBI PO and SBI PO. If you want to join this batch, you can also mail me at info@goldencareer.co.in. The price of SBI PO batch is 699 rupees. It's a 6-month coaching, and the price is for 6 months. You will get coaching for prelims as well as for mains and your written GD and for interview. Free The Hindu e-newspaper is also available on our website. You can log in our website www.goldencareer.co.in. Go to website, log in your account and download the paper. If you don't have an account, first create it. So data interpretation is very important topic. Okay, whether it is prelims or mains, both exams, data interpretation is a very important topic. Even this is a topic you can't ignore, because in prelims you will get at least 10 questions. It means 10 marks from this topic, and in mains surely 15 to 20 marks. Again, if there are 35 questions in maths in prelims, 35 questions, and you will get 10 marks only from data interpretation, and questions are very easy. What you need to do is you have to understand the concept. So let's see. There are 6 kinds of DI questions in bank exams. One is table based. There will be table like this, and data will be given like year, and actually, sorry, the data will be like will be in tabular format. Okay, here year will be given 2000. Actually, anything can be in your exam. I'm just taking an example, and and the upside there may be something like population, and just like literacy rate and unemployment rate. Okay, so there may be certain data, and you have to analyze the data. You have to find certain values based on your questions. And what is bar chart? Bar chart is something like this. Suppose it is given year and population. Okay, so it's something like this, and there will be some bars like this. Okay, so again, understanding the bar graphs is also very easy. So I will tell you how to read the graph and how to solve the question. So I'm just telling you what is bar chart. And in pie chart you will get a circle like this, and they will be divided like this. Okay, so this is 40%, this is 20%, this is 12%, this is 22%, something like this. Okay, this is x%. So this is a pie chart, and I will also tell you how to solve the pie chart. Actually, in this video I will tell you only bar chart based question. I will take only bar chart based question, and in further videos I will explain all these type of questions. Next is line chart. Line chart is something like this. There are certain parameters here and here, and the chart will be like this. Okay, and there are certain points, and the value will be given at that point, like 200, 250, 350. Okay, something like this. This is the line chart. And the mixed is suppose there will be a bar graph, or maybe line chart, or maybe anything. Okay, certain data will be given in the form of bar chart, and certain data may be given in the form of line chart, or maybe in table based, or maybe pie chart. Anything will be okay. So mixed is the combination of two charts. So this is difficult one, and most probably you will not get these type of questions in your prelims exams. You will get part 5 and 6, mixed and the missing DI, both you will get only in your mains exam. And in missing DI, what is missing DI? Missing DI, mostly the data will be in tabular format like this, and some data will be given here, here, and the total value will be given here like 6,000, and one value will be missing, and something like 4,000, 3,000, 1,500, again the value is missing, and the total will be given here. So this is missing DI, and first you have to find these values. So I will also tell you how to solve the missing DI, missing data interpretation questions. Okay, so let's proceed with the bar chart. So I will tell you what is bar chart is. So this is bar chart. Okay, so again I'm going to tell you how to read the bar chart. Okay, so you actually this is 0, this is 5. It means there are four values between it. Okay, actually yes, four values between it, 1 2 3 4. Okay, so you have you can see easily the height of bars. Okay, so suppose it is asked in question. Okay, leave about question. Just actually this is British home, this is any exam bar, this is bar chart regarding any exam, and blue one represents British home students, and the red one indicates the international students. Okay, and this is the number of students 0 5 10, and these values are year. So if I ask what is what number of international students appears in the exam in 2011, so you can clearly see the this bar, red one. Okay, this is 2011, and red represents international student. Okay, so this is 20, this is 20, and this is 3 more than 20. Okay, actually they are not intermediate lines, so it is difficult to identify, but you can see the gap is equal to 2. Okay, it means 23 students appeared, uh, international students appeared in the exam in 2011. Okay, so if we talk about 2012, how many British students appeared in the exam in 2012? Okay, so the blue one is for the British students, and this is 2012. Look at this bar, this the bar is touching this line, so this line means 45. It means 45 students appeared in the exam in 2012. So this is how you have to read the chart. You must practice it, because you have to read the chart very fastly, because you will not able to solve the questions. You have to solve it quickly, so you must read the chart quickly. Okay, let's see a question. This is a question which we will solve today. A soft drink company prepares drinks of three different flavors X, Y, and Z. The production of three flavors over a period of 6 years has been expressed in the bar graph provided below. Study the graph and answer the questions based on it. Production of three different flavors of soft drinks X, Y, Z by a company over the year in lakhs bottle. Okay, data in lakh bottles. Okay, so this is year, this is year, sorry, this is year. Okay, and this is production in lakh bottles. So in this chart it is very easy to read. Why? Because the data is written above the bar, so you don't need to write the chart. What you have to do is you have to look at the chart, and you can get the value very easily. The dark color is for X, and the light color is for Y, and the midday is for Z. Okay, so the question will be like this: question 1 2 3 4. There are four questions, and I will tell you how to solve the questions, how to read the graph. Okay, the question 1 is, for which of the following years the percentage of rise fall in the production from the previous year is the maximum for the flavor Y? So what we will do is, what actually we have to do is, we have to find the percentage rise and fall from the previous year. Okay, so and we have to find the maximum rise or maximum fall. Okay, okay, so look at the first. Okay, in the first graph, means in the year 1995 the production of Y was 55, and in second year, means 1996, the production of Y was 60. It means the production is increased by 5 units. Okay, so if we calculate it in percentage, then 5 in comparison with with what? 55 multiplied by 100. Okay, 5 ones are 5, 5 11s are 55. It means the percentage increase was approx 9 point something. Okay, it will be 9.09 or 08 something. Okay, it's 9 point something. Okay, so we can take approximate 9% increase in 90 in production of Y from 1995 to 1996. So we will note it here. You can wrote in exam, you have to note this value in your rough sheet. Okay, so in this year the production increased by 9%. Okay, let's see again. In 1996 the production of Y, you can see in 1996 the production of Y was 60, and in 1997 the production of Y was Y 50. It means there are fall in the production. So fall of 10 units. 10 divided by 60 multiplied by 100. 0 0 2 3s are 6, 2 5s are 10, 10 5s are 50, 50 divided by 3. So it is approximate 3 ones are 1, 3 ones are 1, and 2 3 6 are. So it is approx 16% fall from 1996 to 1990. So it's a minus 16%. Okay. Now, from 1997 to 1998, in 1997 the production of Y was 50, and in 1998 the production again is 55. It means it is again rise by 5 units. So 5 divided by 50 multiplied by 100, again 52, it is increased by 10%. So it's increased by 10%, it is plus value. And from 1998 to 1999, again the production was 50, and now in 1999 the production of Y is 50, and in 1998 the production of 55. Again it reduced by 5, then 5, we have to complete from 55, 55 multiplied by 100, 5 11, and again a decrease of minus 9% approx. And from 1999 to 2000, again see, in 1999 if you look at the graph, the production of Y in 1999 was 50, and in 2000 the production was 55. It means a rise of 5 unit. Okay, so if we calculate it how a percent rise is, then 5 divided by 50 multiplied by 100 to again 10% rise in production. So 10%, so maximum gain or fall is what? Minus 16. It means minus 16% loss, minus 16% fall in the production from 1997 to 1998. Okay. Question number 2, for which flavor was the average annual production maximum in the given period? Okay, there are 3 flavors, X, Y and Z. So for which flavors was the average annual production was? So again we have to find the average annual production of all products, X, Y and Z. X means all flavors. Okay, so let's begin with X. 50 right here, 50 in 1995, 1996, 50, 40, 55, 45, 60 and 50, 60 and 50. Just add the value. 5 5 10 0, carry 1, 5 1 6, 6 6 12, 12 4 16, 16 5 21, 21 4 25, 25 and 5 30, 300. We have to find the average. It means number of years is 6, so we will divide 300 by 6. It is 50. So average X, so average production of flavor X is 50. We will write here X is equal to 50. Now we will find the average production of Y. So Y 55, 60, 50, 55, 50 and 55. Okay, so 55, 60, 50, 55, 50 and 55. Again 6 values, 5 5 10, 10 5 15, 5 carry 1, 5 1 6. Okay, 5 5 10, 15, 20, 26 and 5 31 and 1 32. Again divide by 6, 6 5s are 32 6 4s are 24, so it will be 34 point something. So production of y, sorry, 54. Production of y, average production of y is 54. Now we will find the average production of flavor Z. So average production of flavor Z, 45, 50, 60, 60, 45 and 40. 45, 50, 60, 60, 45 and 40. Okay, 5 5 10 0, carry 1, 4 4 8 8 6, 14 14 6 20, 25 29 and 30. Again 300 divided by 6. So again production, average production of Z is also 50. And what is the question? The question is, for which flavor was the average annual production maximum? So maximum is for Y. The answer will be Y. Now, next question is the total production of flavor Z in 19. Actually, in data interpretation question, you usually what you have to find is, I will tell you. Number one is average. Okay. Number two is ratio. Number three is percentage increase or decrease. Okay. So, you have to find only these three things. Most probably in 90% of cases in your question paper you will not get anything new. You have to find, either you have to find average or ratio or ratio of 2 years, or percentage increase or decrease in the values. Okay, so basically you have to focus on only these three concepts. Okay, or there may be some addition and subtraction, which is everyone know how to subtract or add the value. Now, the question 3 is the total production of flavor Z in 1997 in 1998 is what percent of total production of flavor X in 1995 and 1996? Okay, the total production of flavor Z in 1997 in 1998. So flavor Z is 1997 and is total production is 120. Sorry, yes, total production is 120. So total production of Z is 120 for 1997 and 1998, and total production of X in 1995 and 1996 is 90. Okay, for X it is 90. So what we have to find is, we have to find the total production of Z is what percent of total production of, okay, what percent of, okay, then we have to find 120 is what percent of 90. So 120 divided by 90 multiplied by 100. Okay, 15 6 are 90, 15 8 are 120, 2 3 are 6, 2 4 are 8, 400 divided by 3. So 3 1s are 1, 1 4, 3 3s are 9, again 3 3s are 9. So it is approx 133%. Now, what is the difference between the average production of flavor X in 1995, 1996 and 1997? Again, very easy. You have to find the average of number and then you have to subtract it from the value of Y. The value, okay, what we have to find is, we have to find the average production of flavor X in 1995, 1996 and 1997. 95, 96, 97. So 95, 50, 40 and 55. So 50, 40, 90 and 90 plus 55, 5, 9, 5, 14. So X is, the value of X is 145, and average production, sorry, average production, so divided by 3, 3 4s are 12, 2 14 and 3 8s are 24. Okay, so it is approx 48. And the AOA production of flavor Y in 1998, 1999 and 2000, 1998, 50, 50, sorry, 55, 50 and 55. So it's 110, 110 and 50, 160. Okay, the production of Y. Okay, 55 plus 55 110 and plus 50 160. Again average value, so divided by 3, 3 5s are 15 and 1 3 3s are, so it is approx 53. And this is the value of Y. We have to find the difference according to the question. Then 53 minus 48 is equal to 5. So the difference is approx 5. It's not the exact value, it is approx value because we have went calculated beyond the decimal. So this is how you solve data interpretation question. This is the first part of the video, and we have taken only bar graph. In the upcoming videos we will see how to solve line graph, how to solve missing DI, and how to fast your calculation. We will see everything, but this is how you solve your bar graph questions. So this is all about today's video, and in next video we will see how to solve line graph. And thank you for watching, and please subscribe our channel to get more updates. Thank you.